Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on Monday, September 24th, 10:06 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. You're looking at the known Cascadia earthquakes along the Cascadia subduction zone in Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. The arrow points to where we are now. You can clearly see major magnitude 9 or greater fault breaks along the entire subduction zone during major grand minima. Back during the mini ice age and the Maunder minimum, there were two: Spore minimum, Fall of Rome, and on with regular periodicities. And we are in a drought, even a mega drought for 8+ magnitude. So there's a double drought on the Cascadia earthquake, and we know from scientific data that large earthquakes occur during grand minima. We also know that increased cosmic rays during these solar grand minima cause magma in siliceous-rich volcanoes to explosively erupt. And the black line represents the Dalton minimum, where you can clearly see Mount Baker, Glacier Peak, Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Hood, Mount Shasta, and Mount Lassen all erupted, as predicted. It also gets cold. Mother Nature sends dusting of snow to Loveland and A Basin. This is in Colorado, where I live. And fall just started a few days ago, but that hasn't stopped the snow. Oh no, this is just a video. And we're not going to watch it. We're going to talk about more snow, though. Mountain snow is expected for Montana, Idaho, and other areas. Scattered showers will continue this evening as an upper level trough passes through the area. Above 6,000 feet, many of our rain showers will mix with or become solely snow. Through the night, snow will begin to stick at higher elevations. 1 to 3 inches of snow possible, but only above 6,000. Temperatures will be chilly across the area, falling into the 30s. Patchy frost is possible. We are months away from winter, and Al Gore is already full of it. Snow hits Canada, and it hits hard, right on the golf course by the water. Edmonton, Alberta, over 100 accidents reported. Winter is making an early return. Snowfall has covered Edmonton. Weather reports estimated Edmonton International Airport had nearly 9 inches of snow in September prior to Friday, which surpassed the previous high of 5 inches set back in 1965. That is a brand new record. The snow even caused organizers to cancel a golf tournament. God forbid. Let's check the open snow summary. Western Canada continued to receive high elevation snow during the past week, while most Canadians cried after their local forecasters predicted the warmest autumn ever, even referring to it as hotum. What a bunch of D-bags those forecasters are turning out to be. Maybe the most hated people in Canada. Now, Western Canada continued to receive snow during the past week, and this trend should hold for the next week as well. Looking ahead to early October, there are hints that many areas of western United States could see their first snow. Look at these snowy scenes. It never gets cold. Marmot Basin, Canada yesterday, covered in snow, regardless of what they said. Revelstoke in BC, a solid coating of snow up high. These snowy webcam images are exciting, though it's not unusual to see snow up here. But we are going to see some GFS models. Here's the model from the 23rd to the 27th showing well below average temperatures for most of Canada, over 70%. And 50% of the U.S., especially the center of the craton, below average. Heads up, Texas, you win. As we move into the first week of October, that cold anomaly freezes parts of Alberta, Saskatoon. It's going to be chilly up there. It's going to drop all the way down into Nebraska, that anomaly. And here we can see snows coming into Montana as predicted through the 2nd. And that cold pattern through October covers 60% of the 48 states and 80% of Alaska. I mean Canada. Excuse my French. Whew. Europe braced for Arctic cold blast with overnight temperatures set to plummet 12 C below average. That's the blue zone, which is everywhere. An Arctic cold front is set to funnel frigid air over the UK, much of mainland Europe Monday night, bringing temps down as much as 12 C below average. The UK saw highs between 10 C and 16 C Monday, low for this time of the year, but BBC Weather's Carol Kirkwood warned this evening and overnight, under the clear skies, temperatures will drop like a fucking rock. And that's tonight's first boom. To knowledge, which is what we dish out here on a regular basis. New Zealand, another polar blast on course to bring freezing winds and heavy snows. Now they're heading into spring, and these lambs are having babies, and that's not good. Livestock are at risk. New Zealand South Island farmers are being warned to prepare as yet another polar blast, possibly the most brutal of the year, edges closer. And that's a boom. The planet is not warming. It is obviously cooling. Northern, southern hemisphere anomalously. Tourists among the 1,000 stranded in snow-covered higher reaches of Manali. The roadblock to Manali Leh Highway in Gufa Hotel in Lahmol, 30 kilometers from Keelong. More than 1,000 people, including tourists and locals running camping sites, have been stranded in the higher reaches of the Manili and Keelong due to fresh spell of snow over the past 24 hours. The people have been mainly stranded between the Seruch and 16,500-foot high Badalacha Pass, between the Zingzing Bar and the Deepak Tal on the Keelong Seruch Leh Highway, and between Grampu and Batal. And if you can remember all that, then you might be able to get the fuck out. But if not, I hope you're prepared. Unprecedented September snow destroys crops in Himachal, India, and we showed you the flooding yesterday, sucking a tourist bus down the river in the lower valley. The apple, pea, and potato crops in Lanhul have suffered massive and unprecedented damage after 2 feet of snow fell in the last 24 hours, cutting the district off from the rest of the state. Al Gore was nowhere to be found, and he may never even travel to this region after being totally embarrassed 24 inches deep. The crops were due to be harvested this week in the lower Patton Valley, but the freak snowfall has burnt the crops, local farmers had said. We never experienced such a loss of crops in the past in snow in September, said Prem Lai and Himal Fakor, farmers in Lahore. Apple trees have been destroyed under the snow, and the peas, potatoes, and off-season vegetable crops have suffered massive and unprecedented damage, an official report has revealed. And apparently everyone drives motorcycles, which means they're all totally fluxed. And that's a boom. 5 dead, 9 missing after major flash floods hit Periban, Mexico's Michoacana. Totally fluxed here. At least 5 people have been killed. 9 others are missing after major flash floods fluxed the town of Periban in Mexico's state of Michoacan, officials said Monday. Whew. Prayers go out to them. Seismic update, no quakes of note. Whew. Good news. Popo volcano eruption today. Smoke rises above the Mexican city. Residents told to stay away as opposed to run towards it and dive in. Oh my God. Popo volcano has erupted in Mexico, sending a huge column of smoke several miles into the air. Smoke visible across the state of Puebla. Residents have been warned not to travel within 7.5 miles of the erupting volcano. Witnesses reported an explosion around 5 p.m. BST before smoke and ash began billowing out of the volcano. Heads up. As predicted, worldwide volcano news update. Popo on the top of the list, as well as Abico erupting today. Kariminsk, Popo, Krakatau, Dukono, Reventador. We covered the continuous eruption over the weekend of Krakatoa. Humans are causing Earth to wobble. Well, that's funny because 60 years ago, 75, 80 years ago, Milankovitch determined that the orbital perturbations of the Earth have been ongoing for hundreds of millions of years using Newtonian mechanics. He calculated the orbital perturbations, the eccentricity, and the precession of the equinoxes of the planet Earth. And now, these frauds, and this is out in the mainstream today on multiple sources, want to blame you for the Earth's wobble. It does not stop. It is disgusting, it is pervasive, and it is a fraud, and it's a catastrophe to science. Now, they claim because of all the stuff you buy at Walmart, Greenland is melting catastrophically because of you, and it's causing the Earth to wobble more. Bullshit. Fireball streaks over Texas and Alabama. Take a look. A bright fireball streak through the night sky over Texas on September 19th. On September 23rd, another bright fireball was observed over Alabama. We're predicting an uptick in objects entering the Earth's atmosphere and hitting the surface coming soon. As the magnetosphere wanes, we believe that this is a repeated cycle causing cosmic catastrophe in the past and people to move underground. Now here's some more garbage. Climate change kills Antarctica's ancient moss beds. You would think that's global warming, right, kids? And if you just skim the article, emerging from the ice for a brief growing season every Antarctic summer, the lush green mosses of are succumbing to climate change. You would think it's global warming killing these fuckers. But this is how fraudulent this is. And even in the middle of the article, they talk about how hot it is. But what is stressing and killing these mosses? East Antarctica, the researchers say, has become colder, windier, and those are the facts. Because of climate change, the jig is up. They're so full of, I don't even know where to go. Grow your own food because they want you to die. But before you die, check out these 5 meteor showers you won't want to miss this fall. Autumn is a meteor shower season across the northern hemisphere, with the season's longer nights benefiting those trying to spot a few shooting stars. Plasma discharge much? Yes, this month. Starts in just 2 weeks. What are we talking about? The Draconids. 5 to 10 meteors per hour, peak night, October 8th to 9th. Then the Orionids. 20 meteors per hour, peak night, October 21st, 22nd. Here's some viewing tips. Don't stare in the sun the day before. The third meteor shower in question is the North Taurids. Now, this is what many of the ancients carved pictures of time immemorial, because these used to be way more violent. And it is our supposition here at the channel that as the magnetosphere wanes, the Taurids will become way more violent, bringing with it more larger debris fields that get closer and closer to the surface and start hitting. Boom, boom, boom. So if you don't have a dolmen or a place to go, you better start building one. Now, November 11th and 12th of this year may not be a catastrophic year, but 3 to 5 years from now, who knows? But the uptick will be gradual. So 1 year, a few objects will hit the ground. The next, there'll be 50, and so on and so forth. And by that time, everyone will have a dolmen. I hope. Whoever's left, Leonids, November 17th, 18th, 10 to 20 meters per hour. People spending some time outside the weekend before Thanksgiving should take a look at the night sky, as the Leonids will peak. And if you did some good acid, you'll peak too. Number 5, the Geminids. This is absolutely the jackpot. 120 plus meteors per hour this year, December 13th and 14th, a Christmas gift that Oppenheimer Ranch is giving to you. 10 days before the nightmare of consumerism and buying, you can just go outside, tell everyone to shut up and look up. Autumn draws to a close with one of the best and most reliable meteor showers of the entire year. Now, the Geminids boast an impressive 120 meteors an hour, but can occasionally exceed this, up to 500. I've been involved in one of those years. And observers document as many 160 meters per hour just last year. Not only are the Geminids known for the impressive numbers, but also the colors. And this is more King Science. Boom! Al Gore doesn't even know what we're talking about at this point and already went to bed. But that's okay, because you're still with us, kids. And the Geminids are often bright and intensely colored, Diamond said. Now, the colors of the meteors depend on, yes, the chemical composition of the rock. Because even though mainstream wants you to believe that these are from ancient times, these are from actual recent cosmic catastrophes that humans experienced in the ancient past. And now we get to watch the remnants of these catastrophes re-enter on a regular basis. Now, the colors of the meteor depend on the chemical composition. Now, we get the amazing lucid blues from magnesium, blue to white, white blue. We get the yellows to yellow oranges in the sodium spectrum. Gorgeous purple whites to calcium. The lemon yellows associated with iron, and the brilliant reds, nitrogen and oxygen. The meteors will begin to streak across the night sky shortly after nightfall and will gradually increase in intensity as the night progresses. December 13th and 14th. So heads up, a lot of good stuff coming up as this hits the fan. Now, many of you tinfoil hat wearing people that think that Tyler's channel is the best also think the crop circles are made by aliens. But there are many documentaries that will clearly show you that crop circles have been made by humans time immemorial. Just like the petroglyphs that natives put on stones, humans also put patterns on cornfields. Trying to commune with the gods, quote unquote, which are just celestial bodies above that were unexplainable. And here we see Thomas P. Stafford from space in a cornfield next to a maze. That's amazing. Grow your own food, save money, eat well, learn new skills, protect the environment, strengthen your community, have fun, survive the grand solar minimum. Come over to threecanyons.org or oppenheimerranch.org. It doesn't matter how you get there. Get there. Hit the survival store, go to growing your own, and come down here. What I just found out from an email that Survival Essentials sent me was that their 135 variety premium heirloom non-hybrid GMO seed bank is the largest, most diverse non-GMO hybrid premium heirloom seed bank on the planet. There's nothing close. $75 in free shipping. And you have your own seed vault where you can start humanity again yourself from wherever you're at. You need to know how to grow food first, though. And you'll have 135 different varieties to fail with. That is a lot of failure, which could lead to some success if you're not lazy and you don't quit. So it's imperative that you learn to fail now to survive in the future. Check out the Heritage Survival Seed Vault. Costs a little bit more money. It only has 105 varieties, which is just 20 less, but it comes with, an ammo box. That's boom. Because you need ammo for where we're headed, but you need to learn how to grow your own food, most importantly. Because the way the earth is set up with so many people, when the Cascadia fault rips, the supply chain is going to be severed. It's true. And when major volcanic eruptions darken the sky and humanity goes crazy, the supply chains will be severed. It will rain continuously. Flooding will cut off bridges. If the New Madrid faults, it's a wrap, kids. And you need to be ready. You need to fail at growing so that you know how to start growing and succeeding now. Time's running out. You know why I know? Science. There is less than 10 years to seal the deal. And anything can happen before then. 15 years is the upper end. And then we're dealing with magnetosphere waning towards zero, the poles meeting west of Indonesia, major volcanic VEI 6, 7, or 8 occurring in number by this point, and a magnitude 9 greater earthquake in multiple places. And this is all coupled with a changing climate so severe that crop failures will cascade across the planet year after year, and the dwindling food storages will reach zero in many regions. You're going to need guns, plans, and to be in a rural area in a secure place to survive and thrive in the future. Are you ready? Be safe, everybody.